Well, you know, Reese, I met Reese when she was 14 and I directed her in a TV movie.
Think you know your favorite stars? Let's put your memory to the test. We'll show you how they look today in 2025, and your challenge is to guess who they are before we reveal their younger photo and name. Keep track of your score and share it in the comments at the end. Ready? Let's begin. Let's guess who she is.
Horny, I got 'em all.
You don't look lazy.
A husky-voiced goddess of the 1980s, she once commanded the screen in Body Heat, 1981. Critics called her the new Lauren Bacall. By 1984, she was romancing Michael Douglas in an $86 million blockbuster. But years later, illness reshaped her looks. Today at 71, Kathleen Turner remains unforgettable, her resilience as striking as her beauty. And from this magnetic legend, we drift toward an angel who once flew into every living room. Who could this dazzling blonde be?
Sometimes you need it here. Excuse me.
She replaced Farrah Fawcett on Charlie's Angels in 1977 and instantly won hearts. Cheryl Ladd's smile became part of the 1970s pop culture, with posters selling by the millions. Now, at 74, she's still acting, but almost unrecognizable from her feathered hair days. Few remember her as a country singer before stardom. But fame and comedy would soon follow another star with her own golden laugh. Let's guess whose laughs her way to your memory.
Well, all right, send her around. I'll see what I can do. But don't you know any girls with straight teeth?
She danced across Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In 1968, then won an Oscar for Cactus Flower at just 24 years old. By Private Benjamin 1980, Goldie Hawn was commanding $3 million salaries, rare for an actress back then. Now, 80 years old, she radiates joy alongside longtime partner Kurt Russell. Her daughter Kate Hudson mirrors her success. And yet, another actor's story is tinged with shadows and resiliency after early tragedy. Who's this brooding presence with deep eyes?
Richie Valens, 17 of Los Angeles, California, and J.P. Richardson, 29 of Louisiana.
In La Bamba 1987, he played Richie Valens' troubled brother, earning acclaim for his intensity. That was Esai Morales, later leading NYPD Blue. Now 63, his silver hair makes him nearly unrecognizable. Beyond acting, he co-founded the National Hispanic Foundation for the Arts, fighting for representation. But from Latin fire we turn to a Broadway queen who held audiences captive for decades. Can you place this elegant, husky-voiced actress?
I will not. I will never give up. I will never spend my entire life in a place like this. I would die first.
Brenda Vaccaro lit up 1970s screens, Midnight Cowboy, Supergirl, countless talk shows. She won a Golden Globe in 1975 for Once Is Enough. Her voice sold luxury products in iconic commercials. Now 85 years old, she's rarely seen, yet her legacy endures across 6 decades. Meanwhile, another familiar TV face defined soap opera glamour before surprising the world with his return. Recognize this all-American smile?
From day one at the table reading, you could not imagine anyone else playing any of those parts except the people at that table.
Patrick Duffy's role as Bobby Ewing on Dallas made him a household name through the 1980s. His shower scene resurrection in 1986 remains TV's most famous twist. By Step in the 1990s, he was America's sitcom dad. At 76 years old today, he's nearly hidden from the spotlight. But television heroes weren't limited to soap operas. Some built suspense with duct tape and a Swiss Army knife. Who's this silver-haired problem solver?
The reason I come to these things is to be able to meet the people.
Richard Dean Anderson became immortal as MacGyver 1985 to 1992. Ratings soared past 15 million weekly, and his name entered dictionaries as a verb. After years of Stargate SG-1, he quietly retired. At 75 years old in 2025, he looks worlds away from his mullet and leather jacket days. Yet, no TV face sparked as much teenage rebellion as the man simply known as the Fonz. Let's see if you know this iconic grin.
Honestly, if someone is sitting at home and thinking about being an actor, I would be honest about my ability.
Henry Winkler ruled Happy Days from 1974 to 1984. Leather jacket, thumbs up, his "A" catchphrase echoing across America. He later battled dyslexia in secret before becoming a beloved children's author. At 80 years old now, he's unrecognizable from his rebel days. Still, he won his first Emmy only in 2018. And from sitcom cool, we move to the cowboy with a mustache as legendary as his voice. Whose mustache made him timeless?
My mother directed me to sing in a cherub choir when I was 4 years old in Sacramento, California, and that's a drug.
Sam Elliott carved his legend with Tombstone 1993 and Roadhouse 1989. His baritone sold Dodge trucks for 2 decades. At 81 years old, he embodies Western grit, though his youthful good looks have faded into weathered gravitas. Few know he served in the California Air National Guard before stardom. But just as strength can be quiet, sometimes inspiration comes with bionics and unshakable resolve. Let's guess who she is.
For like, I went back and realized Lindsay's been on television for quite a while, you know, or in movies too.
It's been over 20 years.
She became the Bionic Woman in 1976, shattering gender stereotypes on primetime TV. Lindsay Wagner's series pulled in 14 million viewers weekly. At 76, she lectures on holistic healing. Few recall she won an Emmy for that first season, beating out Mary Tyler Moore herself. From her quiet strength, we step into New Hollywood's quirky elegance. Can you name this trailblazing actress?
Wow. I went too far today, right? No. I mean, let's be honest here. No. But don't you love this hat?
Diane Keaton made Annie Hall's tie and vest look a global fashion trend in 1977. The film grossed $38 million, winning 4 Oscars. By 2025, at 79 years old, her eclectic style is still intact, though her features are softened. She once admitted Woody Allen never expected that look to explode worldwide. Yet glamour also lived in spacesuits and futuristic silver costumes. Who could she be now?
Well, maybe he convinced Raylan that they should celebrate his birthday alone.
Aaron Gray defined sci-fi chic as Colonel Wilma Deering in Buck Rogers 1979 to 1981. The show drew up to 25 million viewers per episode. Now, 75, she works as a talent agent, guiding new stars. Fewer know she began as the face of L'Oreal in the 1970s. And then comes a sitcom voice that made America both laugh and cry. Let's guess her name.
Shove, shove, shove. Second word is what? It's a smaller word. And?
Sally Struthers stole scenes as Gloria in All in the Family, 1971 to 1978. The series drew 30 million households weekly. At 78 years old today, her look is a far cry from Archie Bunker's spirited daughter. She later voiced Pebbles Flintstone in cartoons for 2 decades, an odd career twist few remember. But television royalty soon crossed into Wall Street ambition. Who do you think he is?
The new law of evolution in corporate America seems to be survival of the unfittest.
Michael Douglas ruled the 1980s with Wall Street, 1987, winning an Oscar as Gordon Gekko. That film alone grossed $43 million domestically. Now 81 years old, his lined face contrasts sharply with his sleek 1980s image. Behind the scenes, he survived tongue cancer, something he openly discussed in 2010. And from power suits we drift into sparkling harem pants and bottled magic. Can you tell who she is? Barbara Eden made prime-time shimmer as Jeannie from 1965 to 1970. At its peak, I Dream of Jeannie averaged 24 million viewers weekly. Today, at 94 years old, she's a living relic of TV's golden age. Her pink harem costume toured Smithsonian exhibits as a cultural treasure. From whimsical magic, we turn to a fiery redhead who defied Hollywood ageism. Let's guess this screen legend.
Black sable one day, next day it goes into hock.
Shirley MacLaine's career spans from The Apartment, 1960, to Terms of Endearment, 1983. That later film earned $108 million worldwide and an Oscar for her. At 91 years old now, she lectures on spirituality and reincarnation, stirring debates since the 1980s. Few recall she once danced in Hitchcock's The Trouble with Harry. But soon, a Hawaiian shirt would define cool for nearly a decade. Who do you think this rugged man is?
I will continue to think that CBS will come to their senses.
Tom Selleck's Magnum P.I., 1980 to 1988, averaged 18 million viewers weekly, and his mustache alone became a cultural icon. At 80 years old today, he's almost unrecognizable. He once turned down Indiana Jones, a decision that haunted Hollywood lore. Imagine Selleck instead of Harrison Ford. From aviator shades, the next face taught Maverick how to fly. Let's guess who she is.
You two know each other?
We've met, yes.
Guess we were on the same train from New York, and I misplaced my return ticket.
Kelly McGillis broke hearts as Charlotte Charlie Blackwood in Top Gun, 1986. The film grossed $356 million worldwide. Today, at 68 years old, she looks nothing like Tom Cruise's glamorous instructor. She later quit Hollywood, admitting she sought privacy over fame. And as youth culture shifted, a rebel from detention stormed onto screens. Can you name this Breakfast Club rebel?
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Give you the answer to that question, Mr. Bender, next Saturday.
Judd Nelson's John Bender defined teenage angst in 1985's The Breakfast Club. That $51 million film cemented his fame. Now 66, his clean-cut look makes him hard to place as the cigarette-smoking icon. Few remember he voiced villains in the Transformers animated movie of 1986. But rebellion soon gave way to a weathered face etched by decades of grit. Let's guess who he is. Nick Nolte was named People's Sexiest Man Alive in 1992, yet mugshot headlines later overshadowed his talent. 48 Hours, 1982, pulled $78 million in and made him bankable. Now, at 84 years old, his gravelly voice remains unmistakable. He once said fame burned hotter than gasoline. From grit, we pass to a space captain steering the future. Who do you think this man is? Gil Gerard piloted Buck Rogers in the 25th Century, 1979. Its pilot film grossed $21 million before hitting TV. Today at 82, his look has softened from the chiseled hero millions admired. He later battled weight and diabetes, surviving near-fatal health scares. And television's next face mixed sharp wit with intellectual charm. Can you name her now?
You're up bright and early.
I didn't sleep very well.
Shelley Long became Diane Chambers on Cheers 1982 to 1987, a role that won her 5 Emmy nominations and 1 Golden Globe. That sitcom drew 25 million viewers weekly. Now 76 years old, her delicate features are unrecognizable. She famously left Cheers at its peak, a decision debated for decades. Then came Daisy Dukes' unforgettable shorts. Let's guess who she is.
I think that everybody that's out tonight is doing great. I'm so glad to see all the media here. And
Catherine Bach turned denim cutoffs into a national craze as Daisy Duke on The Dukes of Hazzard, 1979 to 1985. Her poster sold 5 million copies. At 71 years old now, she's far removed from that youthful icon. Her legs were once insured for $1 million by producers. And next, a highway patrol star sped into fame. Who could this be today?
Working with Eric is always interesting because Eric is a New Yorker full of energy.
Larry Wilcox wore the California Highway Patrol uniform in Chips from 1977 to 1982. Episodes reached 25 million viewers worldwide. Now 78, his lined face is hard to link with the TV officer. Off-screen, he produced military documentaries honoring his Vietnam service. Soap opera scandals soon followed with Dallas Fire. Can you tell her name?
I can't tell y'all, it is so great to be here. It is so refreshing to get away from the crime that...
Charlene Tilton played Lucy Ewing on Dallas, joining at just 17 years old. At its peak, 83 million watched Who Shot J.R.? Now 67, she's barely recognizable as the blonde firecracker. She once said fans mobbed her so much that airports had to assign escorts. From Dallas, we turn to Dynasty. Let's guess who he is. John James charmed audiences as Jeff Colby on Dynasty, 1981 to 1989. Ratings soared with 21 million weekly viewers. Today, at 69 years old, his polished soap opera looks are gone. He reprised the role in spin-offs but faded from Hollywood. Few recall he once auditioned for Superman. Danger soon lurked with a villainous Bunny Boiler. Who could this striking woman be?
Oh my gosh, I'm just...
Glenn Close terrified audiences in Fatal Attraction 1987, a 320 million global hit. By 2025 at 78, her sharp features have softened, making her less recognizable. Nominated 8 times, she's one of Oscar's most snubbed legends. She once said she based Alex Forrest on pure loneliness. Another woman embodied grit with a Foxy Brown attitude. Can you guess her now? Pam Grier redefined black cinema in the 1970s. Coffee, Foxy Brown, cult classic that grossed millions on tiny budgets. At 76 years old, she carries a regal presence far removed from her Afro-sporting roles. Quentin Tarantino revived her in Jackie Brown, 1997. She remains a pioneer in action heroines. But television's cowboy detective soon took the stage. Who is this forgotten star?
You do. Call it lack of inventory.
Lee Horsley headlined Matt Houston, 1982 to 1985, where ratings once topped 18 million viewers. At 70, his rugged charm is nearly hidden. Later, he lent his voice to animated hits like Tarzan. Few recall he turned down multiple soap roles to focus on westerns. Next, a beach beauty changed the cinema with a simple run. Let's guess who she is.
I love the business. I love the film business, and it's always been good to me.
Bo Derek's Corn Road Beach Run in 1979, turned her into a global pinup. That film earned 74 million worldwide. Now, 69, her fresh-faced allure has given way to quiet ranch life in California. Few recall she later served on the Kennedy Center board. From beach waves, we glide to Broadway's eternal redhead. Can you name this musical icon?
Yes, I got married. I inherited 3 beautiful adult children.
Bernadette Peters became Broadway royalty with Song and Dance, 1985, winning a Tony. Her curly mane and soprano voice dominated the 1970s and 1980s. Now 77, her appearance surprises fans used to her youthful roles. She once co-founded Broadway's Barks. rehoming over 17,000 rescue animals. And then Hollywood's golden boy aged into rugged wisdom. Who could this legend be?
He's a very honest man and a very generous man.
Robert Redford symbolized 70s cool in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, 1969. He later founded Sundance Film Festival in 1978, now a $150 million cultural empire. At 88 years old today, his face is lined, yet charisma lingers. He retired from acting in 2018 after 50 films. From legends, we move to a man who once fought the gods on screen. Let's guess who he is. Harry Hamlin, Perseus in Clash of the Titans, 1981, fought stop-motion monsters in a $41 million fantasy hit. Later, a star of L.A. Law, he earned 3 Golden Globe nominations. Today, at 74, he's far removed from that Greek hero image. His marriage to Lisa Rinna kept him tabloid famous. But another sitcom face hid behind the nickname Ralph Malph. Who do you think this actor is?
Oh, the shark, babe, has such teeth, dear.
Don Most was America's jokester as Ralph Malph on Happy Days, 1974 to 1980. That show drew 30 million weekly viewers at its peak. Now 72, his mature look makes recognition tricky. Few know he later directed indie films and voiced Disney cartoons. And from sitcoms we cross into a trio sharing an apartment. Can you name her today?
I called and I said, Jonathan, this is not a good script.
Joyce DeWitt played Janet Wood on Three's Company, 1977 to 1984, which averaged 20 million viewers. Her comedic timing rivaled Suzanne Summers. At 76, her look is worlds apart from the brunette roommate fans adored. She once hosted a Lifetime special on homelessness, surprising audiences with her activism. Youthful energy soon meet a geek-turned-leading man. Let's guess who he is. Anthony Michael Hall became the face of 1980s teen awkwardness in Weird Science 1985 and The Breakfast Club. At just 17, he joined Saturday Night Live, its youngest cast member. Now 57, he's far older than fans imagine. He recently shifted to producing thrillers. And Bionics returned to a man worth millions. Who could this rugged star be?
I think it's a clip with, and can I tell you real quick, Myra Savina is great.
Lee Majors, the $6 million man, defined 1970s action TV, averaging 25 million viewers. His catchphrase, "We can rebuild him," entered pop culture. Now 86 years old, his face is barely recognizable. Off camera, he was married to Farrah Fawcett, creating a Hollywood power couple. Family fame followed with America's Brady son. Can you name him now?
Please begin. You can begin on your left foot. I'm going to begin on my right. It goes like this.
Barry Williams was Greg Brady on The Brady Bunch, 1969 to 1974. That sitcom pulled in 14 million weekly households. At 71, his youthful mop-haired image contrasts sharply with his present self. He toured with the Brady Bunch Hour in the 1970s, a variety show few remember. But then a crocodile hunter charmed the world. Let's guess who he is.
So it was hugely successful, and it was fun.
Paul Hogan became a global star with Crocodile Dundee, 1986, the highest-grossing Australian film ever at $328 million. His laid-back humor hid his shy real life. Now, 85, age has transformed his look. He once hosted a Sydney Olympic segment viewed by 2 billion people worldwide. And the next face belongs to a godfather who never left our screens. Let's guess who he is.
On a bright day overlooking Beverly Hills, Al Pacino recalls a warning from years ago.
Al Pacino exploded in The Godfather 1972, a film earning $246 million worldwide. By Scarface 1983, he was forever Tony Montana. At 85 and 2025, his lined face feels worlds apart from the fiery gangster. Few know he fathered a child at 83 years old, proving controversy never leaves him. From crime sagas, we turn to a British actress whose beauty stirred debates. Who could this actress be?
He'll get over it. How old is he?
Susan George shocked audiences in Straw Dogs 1971, her performance sparking censorship debates across Europe. That film grossed $11 million, but defined her career. At 75 now, she's nearly unrecognizable from her doll-like youth. She later bred Arabian horses, once owning over 30 prized animals. The next face wore a badge in New York's precinct. Let's guess who he is.
I think that as far as when we would shoot and it would get late, Ron Carey, who played
Max Gale became Detective Stan Wojciechowicz on Barney Miller, 1975 to 1982, a sitcom pulling 20 million weekly viewers. At 82 today, his bald head makes him tricky to match with that young cop. He later won an Emmy in 2019 for General Hospital, decades after sitcom fame. From police stations, our story shifts to street gangs in Coney Island. Who do you think this man is?
Well, according to my wife, I don't know whether that's a true statement or not.
Michael Beck led The Warriors 1979, a cult hit grossing $22 million on a $4 million budget. Now, 76, his weathered look conceals the young swan who fought through New York's night. Later, he co-starred in Xanadu with Olivia Newton-John, a flop that ironically gained cult status. Next comes an Oscar-winning face once haunted by a shark. Can you name him today?
That he had in his corner two guys.
Richard Dreyfuss became a household name with Jaws 1975, which earned $476 million worldwide. At just 29 years old, he won an Oscar for The Goodbye Girl 1977. Now, 78, his appearance is far from the boyish marine biologist. He later campaigned for civics education across U.S. schools. But King Kong's 1976 beauty still captivates. Let's guess who she is.
It's changed so drastically and very quickly.
Jessica Lange debuted in King Kong 1976. A film that grossed $90 million globally. She went on to win 2 Oscars, Tootsie 1982 and Blue Sky 1994. At 76 today, her face is softened, but her presence commands respect. In 1995, she was named one of People's 50 Most Beautiful. From starlets we move to Superman's glamorous accomplice. Who could this actress be?
No, it's modern day with Jack Nicholson. It's about the legal aliens, Mexicans coming over the border.
Valerie Perrine won Best Actress at Cannes for Lenny 1974 and later became Miss Teschmacher in Superman 1978. That film earned $300 million worldwide. At 82 years old now, illness reshaped her appearance. She was the first actress to appear topless on U.S. network television in 1973's Steam Bath. Next, a 1980s teen fantasy icon who vanished early. Let's guess who she is.
Did you hear about the surfer guy who pulled a knife in Mr. Hand this morning? Oh, no.
Phoebe Cates stunned in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, 1982, her pool scene becoming an MTV staple. The movie grossed $27 million, but lives forever in pop culture. Now, 62 years old, she runs a Manhattan boutique. She famously quit Hollywood in the 1990s to raise her children. But soon, a suave TV millionaire stole hearts worldwide. Can you name this silver-haired gentleman?
very well the year before.
Yeah, and a German pointer, I think, beat her out or something.
It was nice to see a big breed win this year, I thought.
Yeah.
Robert Wagner starred in Heart to Heart, 1979 to 1984, a primetime hit watched in 60 countries. Now 95 years old, he bears little resemblance to Jonathan Hart. Earlier, he was in A Kiss Before Dying, 1956. Controversy followed him. Natalie Wood's 1981 drowning still sparks debate. And then a smiling cruise director guided viewers weekly. Let's guess who she is.
Listen, I'm on a break right now, and I've got some great snapshots of the old gang down in my cabin.
Lauren Tews welcomed millions aboard the Love Boat, 1977 to 1984. At its peak, the series drew 30 million viewers every Saturday night. Now, 72, her appearances changed drastically. She battled substance issues, later training as a sous chef before returning to acting. Finally, we arrive at a trailblazing policewoman. Who could this pioneer be? Angie Dickinson defied female cops with Policewoman 1974 to 1978, the first U.S. drama starring a female officer. Ratings hit 40 million in its debut season. At 94 years old now, she's a far cry from Sgt. Pepper Anderson. She once admitted Frank Sinatra proposed marriage more than once. Thanks for playing along and taking this trip down memory lane. If you enjoyed guessing these stars, be sure to like and subscribe for more. Stick around. There are plenty more familiar faces waiting to surprise you next time.